So this is my practice with my students and with the collaborators. What should be structure of, because there is no specific structure like original paper. Normally when we write an original paper, we call it IMRAT, introduction, methodology, result discussion, and conclusion. But in writing a review paper, there is no specific structure. So I try to make a simple structure here so that this can be followed. But again, there is no universal structure for writing a review paper, for preparing a review paper. This is again based on reading the other review paper, based on collaboration, based on experience. So this can be drafted a structure. So here there should be a title and list of the authors like original paper, and there should be an abstract. There should be some keywords, nomenclatures, TOC, that is table of content. So this is one of the key aspects with my students, with my collaborators. So when we come out with an idea that we are going to draft a review paper in specific topics, in specific area, first of all, I suggest all my students, those who are involved in writing a review paper, to come out with a table of content. Because once the table of content is developed, then he or she slowly can go into the deeper in each and every topics in more details. Before developing a table of content, I ask them to download a number of good quality papers, and particularly to download a few relevant review papers on that topics. So I ask them to digest and to come out with a draft table of content, and then these are the things discussed with, particularly with me, with my collaborators, with other researchers, and after several trial and error, we make a better table of content. And once there is a table of content, basically the students, collaborators, and other team members can go into more details of the paper. And sometimes also we subdivide the task of the whole content. We distribute the task. Let's say there are 4 team members. Then also we subdivide. We distribute the task, specific component to the team members. This is how we practice in our case, because writing a review paper by only one student, sometimes it is very, very tedious, and it is very difficult, and sometimes it is discouraging, unless students are very much dedicated and has is serious in writing by himself or herself. This is normally our practice in our case, and in most cases, we become successful in writing a review paper. There should be introduction part as well in writing review paper as well. Literature review part can be there, or it can be embedded in some other sections with the introduction as well. Main body, there can be methodology part also. So as I mentioned, there is no specific structure, so we can put the methodology part as well. So main body should be there. This is the most important part. There should have some tables and figures, number, quality, redundancy. These are the things should be here. So in writing a review paper, there are sometimes some challenges, like when new researchers, new students, particularly, they want to write a paper that is very lengthy. So that's why I give a very specific scope or specific boundary that let's not make the paper more than 50 pages, including all the component, tables, figures, and so on. This is in case of double space, not more than 50 pages. So if 30 pages, 40 pages, it is better. This is again to restrict so that the paper is not too long. So again, I also restrict my team members with the number of papers. So I ask them, don't go more than 4 or 5 tables or figures. And along with that, the quality should be maintained. There should not be redundancy, less and all those things. I mean, these are the things, how to prepare tables and figures in a good quality. And there should be conclusion as well, acknowledgement, references, appendix, and so on. Again, I would like to repeat here, based on my experience, actually the best practice is to follow some best model. For example, I become a researcher, so I follow the best model around the world in my area. For example, I'm working in the area of energy, heat transfer, exergy, thermodynamic analysis. So in my case, I see who are the best in the world. For example, Professor Ibrahim Dinsar, he's in Canada. So I see he's the #1 in our area. So I see where he published, what he published. So this is one model. Another model is, for example, I follow one of the professor in Turkey, Professor Arif Hebbasli. So I see where he published, what he published, what's the content, and some of his papers also I dig out why their papers are Q1, why their papers are highly cited. So these are the things also I do the homework. Similarly, I also suggest you to download some of the very high quality papers in top ranking journals, those which are really very good, the best model, and then you read them again and again, and you follow them, and this probably will give you the guidelines. So similarly, when I was writing my master's thesis, so when I submitted to my supervisor, so basically my supervisor was very, very unhappy because it was not well written. So then I was struggling how to find a best model, how to compare my work is up to the level. Then basically I started to download few North American good quality thesis. And that's how I compare my work with the North American high quality thesis. Those are available in ProQuest. And this is how also I improve my writing. And so when I submitted by the revised version, better version, so my supervisor was happy. So what I would like to highlight here, so always try to find the best model that will guide you to write a better quality of paper. So here is a limited time. I cannot share each and every aspect of my practice experience here. So some of the things I'm sharing here, some of the things you need to learn. What I feel is that the learning by doing is basically is the best practice, and self-motivation is the best motivation. So literature review, as you have to search, you have to find, you have to collect. So this is systematically process your papers. So search them, list them, learn them, write them. So this is I have taken from some sources to make it in a systematic way.